Hi, crafty friends. Melissa Minor here. Thanks so much for joining me on my YouTube channel. Today, I'm playing along with several of my YouTube friends for our monthly YouTube sketch hop. I think my friends are some of the most talented creators on YouTube. This is a hop that's hosted on the second Friday of each month. We take turns choosing a sketch and a theme and all creating with that. And we're all so very different. So please take a look at the description box where I will leave a link to today's playlist. Now here's the sketch that we're using, and this sketch was chosen by Julie Scott. The sketch was by Kelly Hollifield at www.papersecrets.net. Now, when Julie gave us this sketch, she said our theme was either starting a new chapter, graduation, or stepping into the future. And it's got one photo here. And so I actually have one photo that I want to scrapbook. And here's the photo. Now I have a mix of emotions about this photo because this was taken the very last time I'll ever go into the office for a meeting. Blue Cross Blue Shield isn't closing. We are just transitioning to fully remote work. And I've actually been working from home since around 2018. So it's not a huge change for me day to day, but still it feels like the end of an era. And I'll definitely miss seeing my coworkers. So I've chosen some pattern papers here. I've actually got some scraps from this Hip Kit Club. It's called A New Day. And I can't remember which month this is from, but I like some of the goodies that were included in this kit. I like some of these wordy bits. There's some like office stuff here with paper clips and pens. And I was thinking there's a couple titles in here that I might use. There's some florals. I haven't really made any decisions. I just know that I want to use this pattern paper here with the push pins on it. And so now I'm going to pull out some of these embellishments to get an idea of what I might want to use from this kit. So I'm going to kind of set this aside here. I liked these little journaling spots. They had a little notebook place, and on the sketch she had a little notebook, so I thought that might work. There's some puffy stickers here, a couple good title options. I like the New Adventures and some of these others. Yeah, New Adventures, I really like that one. So I think this is going to work out great. There's Fresh Start even, so I'm not sure what I want to do. And I've actually got quite a few scraps. I love the florals and the Hip Kit Clubs. Can I just say that? They're amazing. So I've got this green piece of cardstock, and you know what's kind of funny about the green is Blue Cross Blue Shield, I don't know how many years ago, on the inside they painted a bunch of the walls this lime green. I think it looks terrible, but it had something to do with like brightening your mood and things like that. So most of the walls inside the building are actually lime green. It's kind of crazy. So I think I want to add a border. I've pulled a piece of this blue cardstock that you can see kind of in the back here. That's a basil cardstock, and it's called Mediterranean. And then I'm thinking maybe like on the sides, I don't have a full piece, but maybe cut these down behind my photo. I'm thinking maybe for one of the banners, this polka dot piece, and then another one of the banners, maybe this lime green. So I'm going to take a moment and get started and cut some things down. So off camera, I did cut a piece of white cardstock down to 11.5 by 11.5. And I put that on the piece of 12 by 12 blue basil Mediterranean. And then I did gut the center of that blue cardstock so that way I could map my photo. After all, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield. I thought it needed to be matted in blue, and I think that that really helps the photo pop and stand out from the background. Now I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the end of this push pin pattern paper, and I like to fold it in the center to get a crease line, cut up just a little ways, and then cut in from the corner to that center, and then again from the corner to the center, and it makes a perfect dovetail every time. You know, I used to be scared to dovetail myself and think I needed a template or a die or something. And over the years, I've gotten a lot more comfortable by using this method. Now, my push pin pattern paper, I cut down to about 4 by 9.5. And then I've got these, peachy colored pieces of pattern paper, and they're just scraps. And in the end, I think you would need like 2 by 7.5 is really what's showing. Mine are a little bit bigger than that, and I didn't measure them to begin with. I just kind of put them down where it looked like they were in the sketch. And what you see me doing here is I am gluing all of my pieces together as like one mobile unit. And that's because I never know if I want to add any mixed media to the background. Oh my goodness, I didn't even use a T-square ruler and I got that perfectly straight. I'm going to kind of pat myself on the back for that one. That never happens. But so I like to glue everything down, and then I can move it around if I want to add mixed media later. So I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the end of this little banner strip. Now this polka dot one, it's about 1.5 by 10, and I'm just going to tuck it up underneath my photo. And then I'll glue that down here in just a minute. And then I've got this little scrap of green, and it was really important for me to add some green to this layout just because it reminds me of the colors of the walls in the building, which I will never see again. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and I did distress the edges off camera as well to about 1 by 8.5, and I dovetailed that one too. So I'm going to tuck this one in. Actually, I'm going to put it underneath and then decide, you know, I really want that dovetail to show, so I'm just going to put it over top. So that varies from the sketch a little bit because in the sketch it was underneath. So I actually started with Blue Cross Blue Shield in 1998, and then my remote work started in about 2018, I think is when I started working from home. But every once in a while, or at least once a quarter, we would go in for in-person meetings. And what they've done now is that office has now closed. And so we're transitioning to fully remote work. It's so crazy because that building's been there, and, you know, that's where I go, and it's where I've met some of my best friends over the years. And I can only imagine like what's going to happen in the future if more of these companies become remote work. How are you going to meet your best friends? You know, you meet your best friends at school and at college, and I think in the workplace. So when you don't have a workplace to go to, are you still going to meet your best friend? I don't know. Those are some of the things going across my mind as I'm creating this layout, but it was super important for me to document. I first pulled this title Something New, and I do like that, but that's not going to stay. I'm going to find another title here. And what you see me doing with these puffy stickers is I'm taking this powder tool and removing the stick off of the sticker so that I can move it around more like a die cut. That way, if I change my mind, I can just pick it up and move it around, take it off the layout, and even stick it back in my envelope and use it for later. So I love my powder tool. And I think New Adventure is good. It's a good title. It totally fits with the theme. I also found this little wordy bit, and this is blue, so I liked that, but I love the words on it too. It says, I am really going to miss the most. And that's what I'm really going to miss the most, is seeing my coworkers. So I'm just looking at the sticker sheets and some of the embellishments to see what else I can find. I'm going to dump these in my stack and sort tray here and look through them. Oh, plot twist. That's a good one. And then I like this little laptop with a cupcake, and it's got a little kitty cat on for a picture. I mean, that's so my work desk. So that's perfect. So I definitely want to use that. And in the sketch, they had like a graduation cap there. So I thought that was perfect to have just that little embellishment. Plot twist, I think, is nice because it kind of goes with, you know, we used to go to the office and now we don't. So plot twist. And then I'm trying to figure out how I want to get this pencil onto the layout. At first I had it at the bottom, and I can't decide if I want it tilted out or tilted in. It is going to end up going like this. I'm going to put a little bit of foam on the back eventually, and I'll glue that down up there, just kind of hanging off of where that plot twist is, and over my photo. So here we go. I'm going to peel off the release paper on that foam, and we'll go ahead and get that stuck down. So now I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Now I want to start thinking about some mixed media. So I'm going to grab a pencil here, and I'm going to draw some lines of where I want the mixed media, so I know where that's going to be. And then I'm going to pull in some Shimmers paints. Now I am on the Shimmers Paints design team, so if you ever place an order on the Shimmers Paints website, you can add my name, Melissa Minor, to the notes section of your order, and Shimmers will send you a free paint. And you can add my name to every order you place, and each time they'll send you another free paint. So the paint color I'm using today is called Later Gator, and it's in Inklings. Now, if you're wondering what all the different types of paints are, in Inklings, it's solid watercolor. It comes in a pan like this, and you activate it with water. So you saw me spray a little bit of water into the pan to activate it. In Inklings paints, they're really creamy, and they have a ton of shimmer and pigment to them. And it's really hard to appreciate the shimmer and shine that this paint has in it on camera, but off camera, it really has that shimmer to it. So now I'm just tipping my paintbrush into some water and into the paint, and I'm adding a few splatters, and I'm happy with how that looks. And the next thing I want to do is I want to kind of bring back my photo and see how that's going to look. And yeah, that's exactly what I was envisioning. Just a little paint here and there just to kind of make this layout my own. Now what I decided to do is pull in a luster brush from Scrapbook.com, and this is like a black paint marker. And so I'm squeezing a little bit onto my Scrapbook.com 13 by 13 size glass mat, which I absolutely love, and I'm tapping it onto my layout. But you'll see what happened here is it's creating these big splatters because my layout was not dry. It's still wet. And oh my gosh, I hate it. So I kind of think, oh, I can live with it. And then the more I look at it, I'm like, no, I can't stand it. So here I'm going to try to bring in a white luster brush from Scrapbook.com. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I can add a little bit of white and it will blur out the black some. But this luster brush is like empty. It's not coming out. The splatters aren't working. So I don't like the way that looks. So what I decide to do is I decide I'm going to start over. So I don't know if that's ever happened to you before, but I decided I can't stand it. I want to start my mixed media over. So I cut another piece of 11.5 by 11.5 white, and I'm just going to layer it right over top of what I had. Now, I'm thankful that I did not glue any of my papers down or my photo. That's why I really like to have it as that one mobile unit. So that way, if this ever happens, then I can fix it. And that's exactly what happened this time. So I went ahead and repeated my painting process. I don't think I kept that in. Did the same thing. I used a sponge to apply the paint. And now I think, well, I want some blue splatters. Maybe the black just wasn't what I liked, and I'm going to add some blue splatters. So I'm taking some a Distress Oxide ink in the color Blueprint Sketch, and I dipped a little bit of that onto my glass mat, sprayed a little bit of water, and I'm using a very, very fine paintbrush, and I'm trying to stay away from the green paint because it's still wet, and I'm a really impatient crafter. So I just put it kind of underneath the green, so then it's got the blue splatters, and I like the way that looks. And I went ahead and glued everything down, so I'm liking the way this is looking now. Now in the sketch there wasn't any stitching, but I always think that stitching makes a layout pop, but I was kind of lazy and I didn't want to get out my sewing machine. So the next best thing I think to hand stitching is faux stitching. So I'm adding a little bit of some faux stitching here by just using a Sharpie pen and outlining that white pattern paper. And I love the way that looks. Now the final finishing touch here is I'm going to stamp the date, April 27th, 2026 on here. And I'm really proud of myself for using that same blue ink. I don't know why, but I have a habit of always just stamping in black. And I love the way that this blue date looks down in the bottom right corner. So that is going to wrap up today's layout. I hope you've enjoyed this process. If you have, please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe and come back. And if you don't already follow me on Facebook and on Instagram, I would love for you to follow me on those platforms as well. Be sure to check out the description box for links to all the products that I used, as well as that playlist to see what all my friends have created. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!